For as long as humanity has gazed at the stars, we have wondered if we were alone. We sent signals into the void, hopeful whispers carried on radio waves, waiting for someone, anyone, to answer. We built telescopes that peered across the cosmos, searching for movement, for intelligence, for something greater than ourselves. We imagined beings of light, civilizations so ancient and wise that they could unravel the mysteries of existence itself. And for centuries, the universe remained silent. Then, on an unremarkable day, in a small observatory tucked away in the Chilean mountains, the silence was broken. A signal arrived, faint at first, buried beneath the usual background radiation of the cosmos. It wasn't immediately recognized for what it was. But as the days passed and the data was analyzed, a pattern emerged, Morse code, repeating in slow, deliberate pulses. The message was simple, chilling in its directness. We are coming. At first, no one believed it. The possibility of extraterrestrial contact had been debated for generations, but this was different. It was direct, it was purposeful, and it came from the depths of space, beyond the reach of any known civilization. Scientists ran tests, searching for signs of deception or natural phenomena that could explain the signal. There were none. It was real, and it changed everything. The world erupted in a frenzy of speculation. News networks dissected every detail, while governments scrambled behind closed doors, preparing for possibilities they had never truly planned for. Were these beings friendly or hostile? Were they coming as explorers, as conquerors, as gods? The message had said nothing more. Just those 3 words. And then, silence. Weeks passed, then months. Humanity waited, holding its breath, staring at the sky, wondering if the message had been a false hope, or a warning. Then, on a cold, clear night, the sky split open. A rift formed in orbit, a tear in reality itself. It shimmered with unnatural colors, twisting and writhing as something impossibly vast emerged from it. Not a fleet of ships, not a planet-sized vessel, but a monolith, an enormous, impossibly black structure that absorbed all light, all signals, all energy around it. It made no sound. It had no visible engines, no windows, no signs of construction. It simply existed, a dark wound against the fabric of the universe. For days, it did nothing. It hovered in orbit, looming over Earth like an unspoken omen. Scientists sent probes, but they were swallowed by the darkness, vanishing without a trace. Then, without warning, it pulsed. A single wave of energy swept across the planet, affecting nothing physical, yet touching every mind at once. The message was not spoken. It was not heard. It was felt. They were the Veilith. They had watched the rise and fall of countless civilizations. They had shaped the destiny of entire galaxies. They were not gods, though they had been called such. They were not saviors, though many had worshipped them. They were something older, something deeper, architects of life, custodians of the cosmic balance. And they had come because they had no other choice. For eons, the universe had not been empty, nor had it been peaceful. Beyond the stars, beyond even the reach of the oldest empires, a war had raged. The Veilith had fought it for longer than human history had existed. They had stood against something ancient, something relentless, something that devoured entire civilizations without mercy. And they had failed. Their kind had once been many. Now, they were few. The war had drained them, beaten them, driven them to the edge of extinction. And so, they had turned to their last creation, the one species they had never fully understood. Humanity. They did not ask for our help. They did not offer us a choice. They told us why we were made. We had believed our evolution was natural, our rise inevitable. We had believed that our intelligence, our creativity, our defiance of the odds had been our own doing. It was not. The Veilith had planted the seeds of our existence, shaped the path of our history, guided us from the shadows, always waiting, always watching. And now, the time had come for us to serve our true purpose. We were their last weapon. Not because we were the strongest. Not because we were the smartest. But because we were the only ones who could break fate. The enemy they had fought was not just powerful. It was inevitable. It consumed civilizations not through brute force, but through certainty. It existed beyond time, beyond space, bending reality itself to its will. It had always won, because it had already won. Every battle, every war, had been played out before it even began. Every empire had fallen before it had risen. The Veilith had spent eternity trying to find a way to break the cycle, and in their desperation, they had created us. Something inside humanity defied inevitability. We were unpredictable, chaotic, impossible to control. Where others followed patterns, we broke them. Where others submitted to fate, we rebelled. The Valith had woven that defiance into our DNA, hoping that when the time came, we would be able to do what no other species had ever done. Now, the time had come. The war was at our doorstep, and the Valith had given us the key to unlock what had always been inside us. They would not fight for us. They could not, but they had given us the tools to become what we were always meant to be, something new. Something the universe had never seen before. Something that could finally stand against the darkness and win. But the question remained, had they truly saved us? Or had they merely condemned us to a war we could never escape? The choice was no longer ours. The gods had answered, and now, there was no turning back.